Hello students, it's Nazia Begum here, your physics lecturer, welcoming you all in today's lecture. So in today's lecture, we are going to study about the dot or scalar product of two vectors. Why dot product is called scalar product? Because in this product, the final answer is a scalar quantity. Okay? When we multiply two vectors in such a manner that their resultant is a scalar quantity, so it is called dot product, and you can see that it is shown by A dot B, vector A dot vector B. So look at its definition first. The dot product of two vectors A and B is equal to the product of magnitude of A and B and the cosine of the angle between them. So it is product of magnitude of A and B and the cosine of the angle between them. Okay. So it can be written as A dot B like this. Okay. And it is equals to modulus of A modulus of B cos theta, where theta is the angle between A and B. Now let's look at some examples of scalar product. The first one is work. Okay, work, as we all know, is a scalar quantity, but it is multiplication of two physical quantities, that is force and displacement. And force and displacement, they both are vector quantities. Okay, so here force and displacement are also in dot product, or it can be written as FD cos theta. Similarly, in instantaneous power is the dot product of force and velocity, and magnetic flux phi is the dot product of magnetic field B and area vector A. About this you are going to study in higher classes. What is magnetic flux, that you will study in higher classes. Right now you just know that it is one scalar quantity which is dot product of two vector quantities, magnetic field and area vector. Now let us discuss some properties of scalar product. So consider that two vectors are there, vector A and vector B, as they are shown in figure, and the angle between them is theta. Okay, so first A dot B equals to AB cos theta, or it can also be written as BA cos theta. Okay, so that means B dot A. So from here we can see that dot product or the scalar product is commutative. So whether you find out the value of A dot B or B dot A, the answer will be same. Second, if there are three vectors A, B, C, then A dot B plus C equals to A dot B plus A dot C. So that means dot product of two vector is distributive over addition. So this is similar to the algebraic properties we read about simple digits. Okay, so A dot B plus C equals to A dot B plus A dot C. Third one is, if A and B are perpendicular to each other, then A dot B equals to AB cos theta. When they are perpendicular to each other, that time cos theta equals to cos 90 degree. Okay, perpendicular means the angle is 90 degree. And the value of cos 90 is 0. So the whole term will become 0. It means dot product of two perpendicular vector is 0. Keep this line in your mind. It is very, very important, because if in any question it is asked that prove that these two vectors are perpendicular to each other, so what you have to do? You will find out their dot product, and if the dot product is 0, so it will be proved that they are perpendicular to each other. Okay, so this line, this statement is very important, that dot product of two perpendicular vector is 0. Okay, and in such a case, for mutually perpendicular vectors I, j and k, we get I into j or j into k of k into I equals to 0. That means, see, I, j and k, they are representing x, y and z axis, and because these three axes are perpendicular to each other, that means their vector direction, these are the unit vectors which are showing the direction of x, y and z, so they will also be perpendicular to each other. So if we find out their dot product, they will be 0. If we find out vector I dot unit vector I dot unit vector j, so I is representing x axis, j is representing y axis. Since x and y axis are perpendicular to each other, so I dot j equals to 0. Similarly, j dot k, x axis and z axis, they are also perpendicular to each other, and similarly k dot I, that is z axis and x axis, they are also perpendicular to each other, so that's why their dot product also will be equals to 0. So this also you keep in your mind, that dot product of two different unit vectors is always 0. The next one, if lambda is a real number, then a dot lambda b equals to lambda a dot b. If dot product of a vector is taken with itself only, that means a dot a. So suppose one vector is there and we are multiplying it with itself. So the angle between the two vectors which are the same, so the angle between them will be 0, and cos 0 is 1. So that's why cos theta will become 1 and a into a become a square. Similarly, if we go with the unit vectors I, j and k, so when the similar unit vectors are multiplied in dot product, so I dot I, j dot j and k dot k, they also will become 1. I dot I equals to I square equals to 1, j dot j equals to j square equals to 1, k dot k equals to k square equals to 1. I hope you have understood why this become 1, because I into I means x direction dot product with x direction. Okay, here I dot I means x direction is being multiplied with x direction in dot product. So angle between I and I will be 0, x axis and x axis, so angle is 0. So when the angle is 0, so cos 0 is 1, so that's why here we have only I square and it is equals to 1. It is called iota, I called iota. In mathematics you will read about this, that these unit vectors I square, j square, k square, their value is 1. Similarly, suppose we have two vectors a and b and they are parallel to each other. So when a and b are parallel to each other, the angle between them will be 0 degree. So that time cos 0 becomes 1 and the answer of a dot b is equals to ab. Suppose two vectors a and b have opposite direction. So that time the angle between them will be 180 degree and cos 180 is minus 1. So that time a dot b equals to ab cos theta. In place of theta, when we put 180 degree here, it become minus 1. So it is minus ab. Okay. Now suppose vector a and vector b. For vector a and vector v, we drop a perpendicular from any one vector on the other. So here you can see this is vector a and this is vector b. If from vector a we drop a perpendicular to b, or from vector b we drop a perpendicular to a. Okay, these are the perpendiculars from a and b. So that time component of a along ox equals to a cos theta. So when we find out a dot b, we put here a cos theta into b, that is ab cos theta. Similarly, if we draw perpendicular on OY from B, so OY equals to also B cos theta. So A dot B equals to A B cos theta equals to AB cos theta. Therefore, dot product of two vectors is the product of magnitude of one vector with the component of other vector in its direction. Now let's discuss some examples of dot product. So here you can see example 4.8 in front of you. Resolve vector a and b in their rectangular components and find their dot product. So here first of all we have to resolve the vectors in their rectangular components. Rectangular components means x, y and z axis. So for vector a, when we have to write it in terms of rectangular component, we write it as axi plus ayj plus azk. For vector b, it will be bxi plus byj plus bzk. Now we have to find out the dot product. So here we have written vector a dot vector b. Now as we all know, what will happen here? Axi will be multiplied to bxi, then axi will be multiplied to byj, then axi will be multiplied to bzk. Okay, here the first term will be multiplied by all three terms, then the second term will be multiplied with all three terms, then the third term will be multiplied with all three terms. But because we all know that I into j or I into k is 0, so that's why axi into bxi, that we will write here. But axi and byj, because here I is there, here z is there, so I into j becomes 0, so that term will become 0, so don't need to write it here. Similarly axi and bzk, here I is there, here k is there, I into k becomes again 0, so this term also we cancel out. That means any term where different unit vectors are there, like I into j, I into k, j into I, j into k, or k into I, k into j, so that terms we simply don't write here, because at last they will become 0 only. Okay, so we will write here only the terms which are in same order, I into I, j into j, k into k, that term we write here. So we have ax, bx, I into a, I, ay, by, j into j, az, bz should be there, az, bz, k into k. Now I into I, j into j, k into k, their value is 1. So they will be simply become 1, and we have ax, bx plus ay, by plus az, bz. I hope you all have understood now how we have to do the dot product. In dot product, we will multiply the terms which are in same direction. Okay, the term which have I will be multiplied with I only, not j and k. Similarly, the term which have j will be multiplied with j only, and the terms which are having k will be multiplied with k only. This can be considered, this one can be considered as the general formula for A dot B. Now look at the second example. A body constrained to move along z-axis of a coordinate system is subjected to constant force F given by F equals to minus I plus 2j plus 3k Newton, where I, j, k represent unit vectors along x, y and z axis of system respectively. Calculate the work done by force in displacing the body through a distance of 4 meters along z-axis. So here we have given the value of force, which is in all three components I, j, k, and the value of displacement is given only in z-axis. Okay, that is 4k. So what will be work done? Work done equals to F into S, force into displacement. It is in terms of dot product. So when we multiply this, see, this term is not having I and j term. Okay, so that's why when we multiplied k terms with I and j, it becomes 0 only. Here you can see they become 0. So if we don't multiply that and we directly multiply this with k, then also we will get the answer. So here one very important thing you can see, that if one term is having all three components but the other term is not having that components, so when we find out the dot product, so these components which are not present in second one will become 0. Here I and j is there, but here in this term I and j is not there. So that's why the values of I and j, they will simply become 0, and we have only the value of k as resultant. So 3k into 4k is 12k dot k, and because k dot k is 1, so we simply have 12. So the work done here is 12 joule. Now I hope you all have understood how to find out the dot product. Now look at the third example. Find angle between the vectors A equals to I plus 2j minus k and B equals to minus I plus j minus 2k. So first of all, let me tell you how to find out the formula to find out the angle between two vectors. So as we all know, vector A dot vector B equals to magnitude of A into magnitude of B cos theta. So if we have to find out the angle, so these two terms will transport that side. So we have cos theta equals to A dot B upon mod of A into mod of B. So that means to get the value of angle, we first have to find out A dot B, as well as we have to find out the mod of A and mod of B. Now let's see how to find that. Okay, so we have given value of A here. Okay, here is the value of A, here is the value of B. First we will find out the mod. So when we have to find out mod of A, its formula is under root x square plus y square plus z square. So x square means this one, y square is this one, and z square is this one. So here value with x is 1, with y is 2, and with z it is minus 1. When we put it in formula, so we get mod of A equals to root 6. Similarly for B, we have, for x we have minus 1, for y we have 1, and for z we have minus 2. Here in vector B you can see minus 1, 1 and minus 2. When we put that value, so mod of B we will get under root 6. Now when we put the values in formula, so cos theta equals to A dot B upon mod of A mod of B. So here we have put A dot B upon mod of A mod of B. When we find out A dot B, okay, so 1 into minus 1 we get minus 1, 2 into 1 we get 2, minus 1 into minus 2 we get 2. Then by solving minus 1 plus 2 plus 2 we get 1. Okay, sorry, 2. Wait. We get 3 there. Minus 1 plus 2 plus 2 equals to 3. 3 upon 6 equals to 1 upon 2. So here we are getting cos theta equals to 1 upon 2. Okay. So when we are getting 1 upon 2 in cos table, when theta equals to 60 degree. So when cos theta equals to 1 upon 2, the value of theta is what? 60 degree. So the angle between vector A and vector B is 60 degree. Now let's discuss one example from your NCERT book. If unit vectors A and B are inclined at angle theta, prove that mod of vector A minus vector B equals to 2 sine theta by 2. To prove that, you can see first line here, mod of A minus B square equals to A minus B dot A minus B. Then we further solve it. A dot A minus A dot B minus B dot A. Then this minus and minus will become plus B dot B. A dot A become 1. Here A dot B, B dot A is there. As we know that dot product is commutative. So this B dot A also can be written as A dot B. So A dot B become minus 2 A dot B plus B dot B equals to 1. This 1 plus 1 become 2. So 2 minus 2 A dot B. Then in place of A dot B, we put AB cos theta. Okay. Now, because here you can see A and B, they are unit vectors. So their value is 1. So in place of A and B, we will put 1. So 2 minus 2 into 1 cos theta. So 2 into 1 means 2. Okay. So here we get 2 minus 2 cos theta, or we can take 2 as common. So in bracket we have 1 minus cos theta. And in trigonometry you must have studied that 1 minus cos theta equals to 2 sin square theta by 2. Then 2 we multiply inside, so it become 4 sin square theta by 2. Okay, this is the value we get from this one, mod of A minus B whole square. When we remove square from here, this value will be in root. So mod of A minus B equals to root over 4 sin square theta by 2, and so we will 4, when we take out the root of 4 it becomes 2, and sin square theta by 2 becomes sin theta by 2. So here we have got our answer. We have proved what is required. So these were some examples related to dot product. This is it for today's lecture. See you in next lecture. Till then, goodbye. Take care. Do some productive work. Be healthy. Be safe.